If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. With NFL training camps just a few weeks away, front offices across the league are scrambling to finalize rosters, fill depth spots, and evaluate what final moves make sense before players report. Most of the high-profile signings are either already inked or quietly waiting until camp to sign their short-term deals. But in this late off-season shuffle, there are always names that fly under the radar, players who may not steal headlines, but still have gas left in the tank. One of those names is former Cleveland Browns linebacker Sione Takitaki. The 30-year-old veteran might not be a Pro Bowl caliber player or an elite pass rusher, but what he brings to the table, consistency, special teams value, and leadership is more than enough to justify a training camp invite. While Zadarius Smith and Amari Cooper have suitors lined up and are essentially waiting for the right timing, Takitaki is sitting in a different spot, quietly waiting for a phone call. Takitaki was drafted by the Browns in the 3rd round back. In 2019, coming out of BYU as a high-motor physical linebacker with a nose for the ball and an aggressive edge that fit Cleveland's scheme perfectly at the time. He spent 5 solid seasons in Cleveland, earning the trust of multiple coaching staffs and becoming a reliable role player who could step in when needed. He wasn't the flashiest name on the roster, but he played his role well, providing value in both base and sub packages. In 2024, he returned on a 1-year, $2.4 million deal, showing that the Browns still valued what he could bring. Unfortunately, the reunion was short-lived, and he eventually moved on to New England. The Patriots gave him a 2-year contract, signaling some level of commitment, but things didn't go as planned under the new leadership of head coach Mike Vrabel, who shifted the defensive structure significantly. Under Vrabel, the Patriots leaned into a philosophy that emphasized outside linebackers doubling as pass rushers, something that doesn't align with Takitaki's game. He's never been that type of player. He thrives more as an off-ball linebacker, someone who reads, reacts, fills gaps, and supports the run game rather than attacking quarterbacks off the edge. With Vrabel's new system not requiring a third linebacker in base sets all that often, Takitaki found himself in a tough position, essentially being schemed out of a job. It wasn't about a lack of skill or effort, it was about fit. So now Takitaki hits the market again, and although his days as a starter might be behind him, he absolutely deserves a chance to prove himself in camp. Somewhere, anywhere. If we dig into the numbers, the case for Takitaki only gets stronger. He's been remarkably consistent throughout his career, never dipping below average in defensive grading. According to Pro Football Focus, Takitaki is ranked in the top half of NFL linebackers each year since he was drafted. His grades often hovered in the mid to high 60s, peaking at a career-best 71.2 back in 2020. Those numbers don't scream superstar, but they do scream reliable. You know what you're getting when he's on the field. Someone who won't miss assignments, someone who plays with discipline, and someone who gives full effort from whistle to whistle. Even in a limited role last year with the Patriots, he played nearly 200 defensive snaps and added over 100 snaps on special teams. That's versatility. And in today's NFL, versatility is everything. Special teams, in particular, should not be overlooked. Many fans gloss over the importance of that third phase of the game, but coaches don't. Roster spots for depth players often hinge on whether they can contribute on special teams. And that's something Takitaki has consistently done well. He's logged over 100 special team snaps in his career, and that kind of experience is invaluable. Whether it's covering kicks, blocking on returns, or adding leadership to the special teams unit, Takitaki brings value in areas that don't always show up on the stat sheet. It's easy to understand why he may not be generating buzz like bigger names still on the market. But for teams looking to round out their 90-man roster with players who can help both defensively and on special teams, he should be an easy call. Some might argue that with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah sidelined for the year, the Browns should consider bringing Takitaki back. But realistically, that door appears closed. The Browns have loaded up on veteran linebackers like Jordan Hicks, Devin Bush, and Jerome Baker, meaning there's not much room for a guy like Takitaki, especially when the franchise is focused on evaluating younger talent for the future. Cleveland, knows what it has or had with Taki, and keeping him around wouldn't move the needle in a meaningful way. It's a business decision, not a personal one. His time with the Browns was appreciated, but it's unlikely we'll see a second reunion. That said, the fact that there's no space for him in Cleveland doesn't mean there's no space for him in the league. Around the NFL, there are plenty of linebacker-needy teams that could use someone like Taki on their roster heading into camp. Injuries pile up quickly during the preseason, and teams that once felt set at linebacker suddenly find themselves scrambling for reliable depth. Taki, with his experience, leadership, and special teams ability, would be a perfect fit for a franchise looking to stabilize their linebacker group. Whether it's a young team needing a veteran presence or a playoff contender looking for dependable depth, Taki is the kind of player who can fill that role seamlessly. He won't cost much, he won't demand a starting job, and he'll work hard wherever he goes. That's the type of player every locker room needs when the grind of training camp begins. So why hasn't anyone picked him up yet? That's the million-dollar question. It might be timing, it might be scheme fit, it might be that teams are prioritizing youth and upside over stability. But it shouldn't be because he's not good enough. Taki has proven year after year that he belongs in the league. He's durable, he's tough, and he understands the game. Coaches rave about his preparation and professionalism. He's a player who takes nothing for granted and does all the little things right. In a sport where unmissed tackle or blown coverage can decide a game, having someone with that mindset on your roster is invaluable. He might not be flashy, but he's solid. And solid wins games in the NFL. The story of Sione Taki isn't about a player past his prime trying to hold on. It's about a dependable linebacker who has quietly carved out a respectable NFL career and still has more to give. He's not asking for a guaranteed role or big money. He's simply asking for a shot, a training camp invite to show he can still contribute. He's the type of guy who shows up early, stays late, and makes every rep count. For a league that constantly preaches about competition and finding value in every corner, ignoring someone like Taki feels like a misstep. Sometimes the best additions aren't the ones with the most highlight reels. They're the ones who show up and do their job without fail. And if a team is smart enough to give him that opportunity, they'll be getting more than just a linebacker. They'll be getting a pro, someone who knows what it means to earn everything he gets, someone who doesn't flinch in high-pressure moments, someone who, when called upon, will deliver. There's still a place for Sione Taki in the NFL. All it takes is one GM, one coach, or one injury to open that door again. Because at the end of the day, football is about more than raw talent. It's about hard effort and showing up when it matters most. And that's exactly what Taki has done throughout his career. Now he just needs one more chance to do it again. Enjoying the content so far. Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. The rumor mill has been buzzing nonstop after the shocking yet exciting news that Odell Beckham Jr., one of the NFL's most electrifying wide receivers, might be signing with the Cleveland Browns. Imagine the excitement stirring among Browns fans who have been starved for a true game changer on their offense. This possible move has sent waves across social media and sports talk shows alike, as many speculate that Beckham's presence could finally elevate Cleveland's passing game to an elite level. The Browns have been showing ambition lately, and landing a player of ODELL's caliber, even if it's just a rumor, feels like the franchise is gearing up for something special. The idea of Beckham catching passes at the First Energy Stadium has energized the fan base, igniting dreams of deep playoff runs and unforgettable moments on the gridiron. It's exactly the kind of buzz that NFL franchises crave when trying to capture the hearts of their supporters. Whispers around the league hint that this potential signing is more than just a hopeful fantasy. Insiders suggest the Browns see Beckham as a key piece to complement their offensive weapons, possibly turning their passing attack into one of the most feared in the league. Fans can already picture Beckham's signature one-handed catches making highlight reels week after week, while his veteran experience could mentor younger players. There's also talk that the Browns front office is confident they can offer Odell the environment and system where his talents will truly shine again. The excitement is tangible, with Browns supporters flooding forums and social media with optimistic takes, imagining the crowd roar whenever Beckham breaks free downfield. While nothing is confirmed, this ongoing chatter alone has injected new hope and enthusiasm into a fan base eager for success and star power. Speculation continues to grow as analysts weigh the potential impact of Beckham joining the Browns roster. Many point to the synergy he could build with the team's quarterback, imagining how Odell's explosive speed and route running could open up the offense in unprecedented ways. The Browns' passing game, which has been somewhat inconsistent, could find a reliable, dynamic target in Beckham, creating a whole new dimension. Rumors also swirl about how the Browns coaching staff would adapt the playbook to maximize Odell's strengths, possibly turning Cleveland into a perennial threat. Fans, meanwhile, are buzzing with predictions of game-winning touchdowns and highlight plays, as the possibility of Beckham in Browns orange feels like a perfect match. Even the local media can't stop speculating on how this potential addition could change the narrative for the franchise's future. Social media is aflame with reactions as the news spreads, with Browns fans showing an outpouring of excitement and hope. The possibility of Beckham signing has sparked a wave of creativity, with memes, fan art, and hype videos flooding timelines. Supporters are sharing memories of Odell's best moments, reminding everyone why he's considered one of the most thrilling receivers in recent history. The chatter is more than just hype. It's a collective belief that Beckham's arrival could signal a new era for the Browns. Even casual observers are drawn into the buzz, debating how this move could reshape the AFC North landscape. The rumors have become a beacon of optimism, especially for those who have long waited for the Browns to rise again. The potential signing is transforming the team's narrative from hopeful underdogs to serious contenders. Meanwhile, experts caution that while the excitement is understandable, there are still many variables to consider. Questions about Beckham's health, consistency, and fit within the Browns culture remain at the forefront of the debate. Some analysts wonder if Odell can recapture his prime form and sustain it over a grueling NFL season. However, the Browns' medical staff is reportedly confident, and the coaching team believes their system can bring out the best in Beckham. The rumor mill continues to churn with updates, as insiders suggest the negotiation process is progressing positively. Fans remain hopeful, understanding that even if the deal doesn't finalize, the Browns are making bold moves to improve. This atmosphere of cautious optimism adds another layer of intrigue to the ongoing saga. Behind the scenes, sources suggest that the Browns front office has been working tirelessly to bring Beckham on board, viewing him as a statement signing. The talks are said to be serious, with contract details under intense discussion. Though nothing has been finalized publicly, the possibility that the Browns could secure such a high-profile player is already affecting other teams' strategies, as rival franchises take note of Cleveland's aggressive approach. This potential acquisition could change the power balance in the AFC North, forcing competitors to rethink their own roster moves. Fans are watching closely, fully aware that the window for championship contention may be opening wider if Odell joins the fold. The speculation continues, fueling endless debates and hope among the Browns faithful. As the buzz grows louder, many are wondering how Beckham's leadership might influence the locker room dynamics. Known for his charisma and passion, Odell could bring a spark that goes beyond his athletic ability. Browns veterans and younger players alike might benefit from his experience and competitive fire, potentially transforming team morale. Rumors have circulated about how Beckham's presence could inspire a new level of commitment and intensity in practices and games. The franchise has been searching for that intangible it factor, and his possible signing might be the missing piece. For fans, the thought of a revitalized team culture led by a star like Odell is thrilling, making the rumors even more tantalizing. On the tactical side, football analysts speculate about the Browns' offensive schemes adapting to leverage Beckham's skills. His ability to create separation and make contested catches could force defenses to alter their game plans, opening opportunities for other playmakers. Coaches might experiment with more creative formations and routes, aiming to maximize ODELL's impact. This rumored signing could push the Browns' offense to new heights, adding unpredictability and excitement. Fans have started envisioning explosive games where Beckham's dazzling catches become a nightly spectacle. The possibility alone has revitalized discussions about Cleveland's offensive potential, turning the team into a must-watch for football enthusiasts everywhere. The rumor continues to energize not just the fans, but the entire league. Media coverage of the Beckham Browns rumor has been relentless, with sports networks dedicating segments to dissect the implications. Experts debate everything from salary, cap logistics, to how Odell's skill set fits alongside other Brown stars. The narrative unfolding is that Cleveland is positioning itself for a major leap forward, and Beckham could be the catalyst. Social media influencers, former players, and analysts all contribute their takes, creating a frenzy of anticipation. Even advertisers and sponsors are paying close attention, sensing the marketing goal in such a high-profile acquisition. The Browns, once underdogs, are suddenly front and center in NFL conversations. Thanks to this brewing rumor, the buzz shows no signs of fading, with every update sparking fresh waves of excitement. Ultimately, while the signing remains a rumor, mere possibility of Odell Beckham Jr. joining the Cleveland Browns has invigorated a fan base hungry for greatness. The buzz around a potential deal is more than just speculation. It represents a renewed hope and belief that the Browns are on the brink of something spectacular. Fans are already dreaming of playoff glory and iconic moments that could define a new chapter in Cleveland football history. Whether or not the deal goes through, this rumor has reignited passion and conversation throughout the NFL community. It's a reminder of how a single player, even as a possibility, can capture imaginations and change expectations overnight. The Browns fans will be watching closely, holding on to the hope that Odell Beckham Jr. might soon be donning their colors. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!